Uno on a very special Memorial Day. Got the Kulinski machine in the building.
Bro,
Um,
I barely knew it was Memorial Day today.
Same. I My girls didn't have school on Friday, so it threw me off so hard. Like yesterday, I thought it was Saturday. Today I thought was Sunday, and then tomorrow I thought was gonna be Monday, Labor Day, like posted up chilling. So like one day throws me off, and like my brain is fogged already. We were just saying before we got on air, like my throat was hurting way back. It's starting to feel a little better, but when I like take a deep breath in, I could like still feel like razor blades on my throat a little bit. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is. And then
you've been sick. I got the same shit.
and it's crazy because like Molly's sick, so I try to sleep on the couch because like people are like, "Oh,
Everybody's been sick.
everyone's sick," and it's like
Yep.
you try to avoid it or stay away from someone. Like I'll when I sleep, if I'm sleeping in the same bed as Molly, like when she's sick, I'll like try and turn the other way just to like not get breathed on and even more sick. Last night I
Yeah.
slept on the couch and felt like I avoided some sickness that way, but it's just inevitable. It's crazy how like when there's one sickness going around, it's almost like the whole world has that shit. It's like, oh, I wasn't sick, but I was sick last week. My wife had this shit. Like it's weird how it's such a small world when it's like one sickness is going on, everyone has that shit.
Bro, I used to always be like I would call myself like a minor germaphobe.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of like just don't be obnoxious with it, don't be crazy with it, don't talk like 2 inches from my face. Like I've always been a minor germaphobe, but just recently I think I've now become a full germaphobe. Like I think I'm done. I'm done because especially with the kids,
Yeah.
like first of all, any school is literally just like a petri dish
Insane.
where everybody's getting sick all the time. Everybody's speaking 2 inches from your face, sneezing in your face, coughing in your face, farting all over the place.
Yep.
Like, and so what happened was our oldest daughter got sick,
Hmm.
and it seemed like it was just her. Like, okay, everybody else seems good, whatever, whatever. Then I got that shit, right? And then now the youngest has that shit, and it just like it rips through. And meanwhile, to your point, like if there's even a 20% chance you have some shit, just keep your distance. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like just stay in the room, whatever. Like just keep your distance.
I'm at a birthday party yesterday, and like I'm good. Like I got a little sniffle here and there. Like I'm not like I don't have temperature or anything. The mom next to me is telling me like she could barely get out of bed and she's going to CVS after to pick up some like some medicine, like some serious medicine shit, and like literally she's looking like she's like pale in the
Fucked up.
face and like
Yup.
real sick, telling me like I got no energy. I'm like, bitch, why are you here?
I know.
Like
I know. I
send
don't get
somebody
it.
else. Like you're
It's
again.
an American thing, bro. I swear this is an American thing. Like, and it happened with COVID too, where
Mhm.
after a while with COVID, people started being like, yeah, fuck vaccines and fuck staying away from people and fuck it. Let's just all go crazy and suck each other off and all get COVID. And I remember thinking like, why are you like this? Like, and look, I got a little bit of it in me too, where in the sense that if I'm sick, I'll still try to do my work.
Yeah.
Like, I'll still try to go through my schedule and
Mhm.
shit. But like people doing that, going to an office,
OD.
it's kind of like, bro, the whole office is gonna get sick now, and that's on some selfish shit on your part of like, I want to still no, don't relax, chill,
Yep.
lay in bed. Now I get a lot of people don't have sick days in this country, so it's sort of like a lot of people feel like I gotta go because I gotta pay my fucking bills.
Yeah.
But like, let's give everybody sick days and let people take a week or two off when they get sick. Because I'm
100%.
tired of getting sick. Like, bro, we get sick like I swear to God, it's like once every 2 months. Everybody gets sick, and it's like I don't remember it being this bad when we were kids.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being this bad.
No, I don't think so. And to your point, it's more of like are people scared of like losing their job? Like is that I mean, I feel like more than ever people are probably scared of losing their job of going in and if they're
I
feeling
think
sick.
I think if they go to work, I think the answer is yes. So
Mhm.
I understand why they feel like they have to do that. But to your point, I see people doing all sorts of regular social
Yeah,
shit
like
when they
birthday party
feel bad.
shit. Like yo,
That's
like
what I'm saying. And that's
send
like,
them with a
nah, bro,
friend.
you got to chill with that.
Yeah.
You got to chill with that. And there's so many times we've had little get-togethers and somebody will come over with a kid and the kid is sick as fuck. I think I got COVID that way because the little kid was running around coughing all over the place,
Well,
and
see, that's
I got
OD.
and
But anyway, to the sickness shit, we were at the pool, and I was like, and it's at Lifetime, it's like a big public pool, even like a country club or something. And I said to Ma, I was like, you know how many kids probably just pee in this shit?
Yeah.
Or like poop in this shit?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be insane. And she was like, well, yeah, that's why there's so much chlorine. I was like,
That's right. Yeah, that's what
chlorine or
they do.
not, I don't want to like put my face in the
Yeah.
water of something that like a kid potentially just like peed all in or pooped in.
Yeah. No, it's true, bro. It's true. So I don't know. I don't know if you could tell right now, but so I had this sickness, right? It was throat mostly, and then it was a weird sickness because it would be the throat would feel bad, right? Like inflamed, kind of,
Yeah.
and then what would happen is like every morning and every night I would get a lot of like yellow phlegm that I had to blow out of my nose or whatever. But it was weird because during the day, I'm relatively okay, right? Like throat maybe would hurt a little bit in the day, but at night and in the morning, shit would be swollen as fuck, and I would have to get rid of the yellow phlegm out of my nose and shit. But then the shit migrated to my eyes. I have pink eye in both eyes, bro.
Right
I don't know
now?
if you right now. Look, you see?
Oh. Yeah, I mean a little bit. Yeah, they look a little puffy.
Their
Damn.
shit. First of all, I'm trying to open my eyes as much as I can right now, and
Oh,
watch. I can barely open them. Look.
damn. Props to you for like still coming on the pod. I would have been like, yeah, nah, it's a wrap OD. The eyes
I
for me is the killer. Like when my eyes don't fully open and I have to like really get them shits. Damn, so the mucus you think went upward to the
so
eyes?
I was reading about it online,
Yeah.
and what most likely it is adenovirus is what it's called. And so I think what I have is viral pink eye,
Oof.
which is different from bacterial pink eye.
Okay.
So if it is viral pink eye, then I'm basically just fucked for a week. Like I just got to wait for the shit to go away on
Damn.
its own. But I spoke to my doctor,
Mm.
and my doctor was like, I said the symptoms or whatever, and she was like, I don't think it's bacterial pink eye, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you the drops just in case. So tomorrow I'm gonna go to CVS and get the drops that would help if it's bacterial pink eye. So I'll have the drops and shit, and I'll try my best. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's viral, so I don't think they're gonna do anything. But the
Yeah.
shit, bro, last night, this shit was crazy. So like, I had my contacts in, and it was so weird because my eyes didn't hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but Crystal was like, "Your eyes are OD red right now."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's weird," because usually my eyes get red if my contact hurts and I've had it in too
Yeah.
long or
Like,
whatever.
there's a reason. Yeah.
So I took my contacts out, and that actually made it worse because like the contact was like protecting the middle of my eye
Yeah,
from
that's
getting the
happened to
fucking
me before. Yeah.
pink eye shit.
Yeah.
And so when I took it out, then the whole eye got watery and
Oh.
crusty as fuck, and
Oh.
my shit. When I woke up in the morning, I couldn't see at all, even
Oh.
more than usual, because you know my eyesight sucks.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it was just like crusted over and shit.
Damn.
So yeah, it's rough, and I still got a little bit of a throat thing going on too. But
Yeah. The throat thing's.
man,
Oh.
we had the worst week, dog. I don't
Yeah.
know if you want me to tell you this story because this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
crazy.
100%.
So me and Crystal, we've been so busy with so much shit going on that normally like we try to play golf once a week, if we're lucky, twice a week. And that's what we do most of the time when we're on a normal schedule,
Yep.
right? When it's spring and summer or whatever, and early spring, and early fall, I mean. And so we finally got some time, right? So we go to play golf with our other friend. So there's three of us. And so play a bunch of holes, eighth tee, hit our tee shots, whatever. I'm in the cart, driving the cart with our friend Jason. Crystal's in the cart behind us in her own cart. And so on the eighth tee, we hit the shots. We go to pull out. Now there's like a sharp turn on the road for the cart path. And so we make the turn, and then it goes down a big hill. So I'm driving with Jason, make the turn, go down the hill. Then I hear, Kyle! I hear somebody scream my name. And I'm like, I look back like I'm confused, like, what the fuck happened? And Jason heard the same shit. He looked back, he's like, what happened? And then, like, we hear it again. So I park the car, get out, and run back up the hill. I was probably like, I don't know, 200 feet away or whatever, but I wasn't thinking. I just started running.
Yeah.
Ready for this?
No.
Crystal
I'm not ready.
Crystal was going a little too fast around the turn.
The car tipped over.
The cart skidded on the ground. Then she tried to correct it with the wheel, overcorrected, hit a tree. The shit tipped over sideways. When I run up there, the cart's sideways, she's laying on the ground bleeding, bro.
What?
Not only is she bleeding, there's blood everywhere.
What?
I'm like, And I'm not even processing this in real time. Like, you know how when some crazy shit happens, you just sort of act
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
even like process it.
You like pick her
So
up?
I'm trying to figure out, hey, what hurts? What's going on? All right, let me get the car. Let me take you to the hospital, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, long story short, she ended up breaking her nose.
Oh my goodness.
Now, she got a little bit lucky because the reason she got lucky is because it's not a fracture where like the bone, like the nose went this way or this way or this way or this way. The shit, like she had like a hairline fracture on the nose, but it basically stayed in place.
Oh, good.
Right? Like it didn't move. Like her shit is not going to look fucked up at all, basically.
Yeah.
But broke her nose. Nose was bleeding like crazy. She got a little gash right here. She got a mark on her elbow. She fucked up her knee where she couldn't, for a day, she really like couldn't put any pressure on the knee. Got some other scrapes too. So she crashed the cart, rolled it over, broke her nose, hurt herself. And so we went from the first day that we had that was on some like, oh, we can play golf on some chilling shit and relax or whatever. I had to take her to the hospital.
So that was the end of the round right there?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I had to take her.
You're like,
yo,
you
but
good?
I did tell Jason. I did tell our friend Jason, like, you can keep playing, but I'm taking her to the hospital.
Did he take you up on it?
He may have.
Oh, yeah, what a dick. He should have dipped.
No, I don't know. He maybe left or maybe I don't really know what he did.
Yeah,
but
you don't remember those things.
But like, if you're in his shoes, like, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna come sit at the hospital. That's like, you're good. You can go play. It's okay. I don't take offense to that at all. Like, in fact, I think it kind of makes sense from his perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So anyway,
yeah.
I took her to the hospital, got the MRI. We learned she had a hairline fracture in her nose. But okay, so because of that, right? It looks like I fucked her up. Like it looks like
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
It looks like I beat on her, dog.
Yeah. Anywhere you go, like even like someone like is not even thinking that, and like they're
kind of thinking it.
Yeah, they could be like, "Hey, did she get hurt in a golf accident?" And you're like, "No, I didn't beat her."
Oh, so couple days later, whatever, she's resting up. It got to the point where she could put on makeup and not fully hide it, but like hide it enough where only people paying attention could be like, yeah, something happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, we had to go. I went to the Verizon store. I wanted to get a new phone. I wanted to upgrade my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So we go there. You know how when you go to the Verizon store, you're dealing with somebody for like over an hour.
Oh,
you're
it's
dealing
just
with
the longest process.
Stuff.
It's never some easy ass shit.
Long ass process. So Crystal was like, she needed a new screen protector because when she got into the cart accident,
she got fucked up.
Her screen got fucked up, but all she had to do is remove the protector and put a new one on. So she says to the guy, she's like, yeah, I need a new screen protector because... And then she explains, I got into a golf cart accident. That's why my face is fucked up. You can see do you mind putting on a new one for me or whatever? And so then he goes, and this guy was cool as fuck, by the way. He was like, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I thought either he was beating on you or you got like a nose job or some shit. And I was like, bro, I'm telling you, everybody is going to think I beat my wife now.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're recording this on, what is it, Monday night? Monday night. She's doing a show on Tuesday, right? I know that ours drops on Wednesday. Right, so she's going to talk about it, but like, I still know there's going to be some percentage of her audience that watches the shit and goes, Kyle fucking beats on women, bro.
Yeah, be ready for the whole comment section. Like, everyone's obviously going to be trolling, but like,
I know.
That whole and I'm on the same page as you because Molly does jujitsu, and meanwhile, she could kick my ass, but she gets bruised just like her body gets bruised regardless, doing anything. She gets a shot, and like it'll be a diesel ass bruise. So jujitsu, people are like grabbing your arms, they're pulling you, and like you get bruised up bad. Her whole body is bruised, and like she goes into work, and her boss is, like she has to start the conversation with like, yeah, jujitsu, my husband, like, believe me, my husband's not beating me, and like still, even if someone's like 95% sure that like you're telling the truth,
some chance
there's some chance where it's like, are you in an abusive shit right now? That like, so. Yeah, I feel you on that, and it's even worse with the kids too. I don't know if your kids have ever gotten like a bruise or something like that. That's even worse because like you can't explain yourself to the teachers, and your kids could say some dumb shit like, "Yeah, this weekend, yeah, my dad, blah blah," and then it's like, no, she's lying. Like she doesn't know what she's saying.
And everybody has been like kind of joking about it here internally, like Crystal's parents or whatever. Like we're joking around and being like, I got to keep my eye on him. Ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, part of me's laughing, but then the other part of me's like, don't even joke about
No,
that shit.
no.
Like, don't even play about that shit, man. And I've had other people try to be like, everybody knows Kyle's too nice of a guy, and I'm like, no, they fucking don't. Like,
You
what are
don't
you
know.
talking about? Like, nobody knows for real, like what happens behind closed doors. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
they're trying to make me feel better. Like, oh, it's okay. It's like, bro, this is not good, dog.
That would have scared the hell out of me. I mean, I don't know if you saw this story, but John Elway was golfing with his agent, his longtime agent, and I think they were coming from. I think they were drinking. I think they were coming from some like event, and they were golfing, and his agent fell off the back of the golf cart, hit his head, was in a coma for a couple days, and then died.
Oh my
And
god,
John
bro.
Elway was driving the golf cart, and it's like, I mean, I don't think he's like getting any charges or anything like that, but like his longtime agent, guy was like
Yeah.
60 something year old, passed away from a golf cart. And I'm not gonna front. Sometimes like to Crystal's like, I mean, what happened with her is like those golf carts sometimes like hit like a corner, and those tires are small, and they could like they skirt, and it's like I'm sure there's got to be a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of like dickhead kids who do videos of like just
Definitely.
like
Bobby fucked himself up on a golf cart. He'll
really,
tell you he needed like surgery and shit. He really fucked himself up on a golf cart.
really.
But most of them have this thing called a governor on it where it lets you not go above like 12 miles an hour or whatever.
Really?
Some are set at 12, some are set at 10, some are set at 15, but they have some number where it's like, we know people are stupid, so we're just going to like make it so your top speed is not that fast.
Yeah.
But the problem is on the turns, like you said, the turns can, you know, if you're not paying attention and you don't know it and you're going like a normal speed and then you have to hit a hard turn, I think that's kind of what happened to her. That shit, like, you know, it can fuck you up. But also at the same time, and I told this to Crystal, I'm like, I'm revoking your golf cart driving license. Like, because, like, we can't, like, we've had so many fucking hospital visits and so many problems.
I feel like
and
it's
so
been a
many
lot.
sicknesses. And it's like, bro, like, we need to just not, if we all have to stay inside for a month just to fucking avoid, like, can we all just chill? Like, this is getting so crazy. It's so out of control.
Yeah, you guys need a hospital punch card because that's one where that one would freak me out. That would be like you're running up on someone over the hill and there's blood all around them. I would think like someone Nancy Kerrigan'd you and like came up on her and like stabbed her or some shit and then just dipped off into like.
I knew it was a golf cart accident pretty quickly, but it was definitely some traumatizing ass shit. I think I'm more traumatized than she is, to be honest.
I know
people, everything's good now, like she's fine, she's gonna heal perfectly, whatever. But like when I had to run up the hill, I wasn't really processing it in real time, but just like the sense of like what the fuck is happening was really scary, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy how like just like instantaneously like you don't even like think in those situations, you just react.
You just act, yeah.
And it reminds me of when we were in Austin for when you were on Rogan and you were on the scooter thing.
Oh yeah.
But like,
she said that too. She said it reminded me of that too. That's what she said.
But it didn't I don't know what I did in that situation because I feel like you just like got up from it on some shit.
So I would say that what happened to me in Austin was not nearly as bad as what happened to Chris. Well, I didn't break any bones.
Yeah.
Like for what Corin's referring to, by the way, is so we were on scooters. Right,
like the scooters that go fast,
the electronic ones, yeah. And it was my first time really using one of the electronic ones or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we were chilling, riding around on them or whatever. And at some point we were going down this road and we were going pretty fast.
You don't think it was a major road or maybe
it was definitely a major road. Where I disagree with you is that I was about to get hit by a car.
Yeah,
that's what I disagree with you.
I remember you falling. And then I look back and again, maybe I'm just making this up or like, I don't, my memory's off. I felt like there was like a tractor trailer coming.
No, it wasn't a tractor trailer. No. You're half right, half wrong. You're just exaggerating it in your mind for dramatic effect. Like
it wasn't
because it probably
a thin road though.
It was a thin road. It was a windy road too. So
and it was like bumpy and shit.
Definitely bumpy, which is why I was feeling the bumps, and these shits don't have shock absorbers, and so at some point I put my foot down, and that's what made me fall.
Yeah.
And so I fall, I get scraped all over, right? And there was a car, I want to say maybe it was like 200 feet
maybe that's
behind
what it was
me.
then.
And I literally like got up, saw it, and even moved.
Okay.
But they saw me too. Like they even with me moving, they still gave me more room. Like the shit was fine.
Okay.
But what happened was it was that day I think I was supposed to go on Rogan.
Yeah.
And so we had to go to CVS off the rip.
Your head
and
was
we had to get Band-Aids. We had to get like Neosporin. We had to get some antiseptic spray to disinfect this shit. We needed to buy like a whole bunch of makeup to cover.
I give you props because like you were like mixing all that shit into your head with makeup, with dirt, with like cleaning solution.
And I had I had like Band-Aids on my like this area, I think, during the show.
Yep.
But I think if you look closely, you could kind of see that time it was fucked up. But I did a good enough job where most people couldn't see it. I think even Joe was like, we told him or whatever. He was like, you look fine.
Couldn't even tell.
So, but that shit wasn't as bad as what happened to Crystal, because it was like what she said. And one of the things she said was, I think I broke my nose. That was one of the first things she said. And I was like, oh shit. And when I looked at her, it's amazing how quickly she swelled.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like usually if I get hurt, it'll be a little bit of a lag before I like puff up and get swollen.
Yeah.
Her shit was within like 10 minutes. Her shit was, she looked like she got stung by a whole group of bees.
So you drove straight to the hospital from there?
Yeah. So what happened was our friend Jason, his wife is a doctor.
Oh, nice.
And so he called her right away, and she went through the whole fucking checklist with her. Can you feel this? Can you breathe out your right nostril? Can you breathe out your left nostril? Let me see you. Okay, show me the places where it hurts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And she was able to tell pretty quickly that, like, you don't have a compound fracture in your nose. It might be broken, but even if it is broken, it looks like it's straight, so it would be like sort of a hairline fracture of your nose.
Yeah.
And basically what she said is like, if you want, I can get you an MRI. I'll put it in right now, and that'll show if your nose is broken, right? And we were like, yeah, let's do that. So we went to the hospital, basically got the MRI right away, and we learned within 2 hours that, yes, it's broken, but it is straight, and it's gonna heal normal. Like, it's gonna be probably, her nose is gonna look exactly like it looked beforehand or whatever.
Yeah.
But you got to go in a week for a follow-up, so they take a look at it again, see if it's growing back like they think. The only thing right now, so for 3 days, this happened on Friday, Saturday, Monday, so we're 3 days removed now. Every day she's gotten less swollen. There was a while where even her upper lip was like swollen, and you could see if she lifts up, you could see like all the burst capillaries under there.
It feels like that's just like uncomfortable.
Yeah, so this is less swollen. Everything up here is less swollen. The only area that still has a little bit of swelling is the top of the nose on the sides, right? But what's funny enough is that she's like, I kind of like the way that looks better than my regular nose. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Did she get any black eyes?
Yeah, so that's the part. And this is crazy too, by the way. Shout out to makeup, because makeup is incredible. Because she straight up, and she has the raccoon eyes, full, complete raccoon eyes.
Really?
Where it's purple, looks like she's wearing that shit the football players wear, where they wipe. Like, it is straight up dark purple here to here. And when she puts on the makeup, you literally can't even tell at all. Like, they figured out some magical ass solution where she puts certain colors or whatever, and it just makes it look like her skin.
Yeah,
it is crazy, dog.
Yeah. I mean, that's the art of makeup. But damn. Shout out to Crystal. I hope she feels all right, because I just know, I feel like the worst I've ever done is rolled my ankle real bad, and I just know the pain of.
That's the worst injury you've ever had?
I think so. Yeah, I've never broken anything or like.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, like knock on wood.
Bro, you are so lucky.
But I never did any of like that backdoor wrestling shit. I never like backyard wrestling. Backdoor wrestling would be some weird ass shit. I never.
But you did go to the hospital for that breathing problem.
The breathing problem was very bad.
That counts just as bad as like breaking some shit, to be honest.
Yeah, but like I know her pain, because if her mouth is all fucked up, probably eating some hot shit or cold shit is probably just irritated. And then like you just take regular shit for granted. Like even probably just blowing her nose is probably like, if she has to, like a sniffle, it's got to be like.
Well, I kept telling her, I was like, yo, stay a little bit away from me, because I got a sickness right now. And if
she's
you
more susceptible.
Get stuffed and shit, like that's going to fucking be horrible, having to blow your nose with a broken nose.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Yeah. But the eye shit for me, I've always, like, whenever I've had some type of pink eye or conjunctivitis or something like that, like, I feel like eye drops are the one medicine that, like, if you hit your eyes with some, like, pink eye shit, boom, like, right away, like, it feels like butter. So, like, I don't know if you've done any I know you're getting the eye drops
I'm getting them
tomorrow,
tomorrow. Yeah.
but even like some regular shit sometimes, but like the over the counter joints will like bless your eyes right away. It goes like from
Yeah.
red to like it's like that commercial where everything just all of a sudden just like disappears out of your eye from those
Mm.
drops. Are so money.
Yeah. I've had pink eye a bunch of times before in my life, but it was always in one eye
Hmm.
or the other eye. It was never in both
Yeah.
eyes. And so I was Googling this morning, like, what the fuck is this? How do I have fucking pink eye in both eyes? And it basically said, like, for some viruses, you can have that as a symptom. And for me, it feels like it's like the end of the virus.
Yeah.
And the shit migrated all the way up to my fucking eyeballs now. Right? So I'm getting the drops tomorrow. I don't think they're gonna do shit because again, I think it's viral. I don't think it's bacterial. But
Yeah.
what's the harm in
Yeah.
just putting the bacterial drops in? Like, what's the harm in that?
Oh.
Either it helps or it doesn't really help, but still feels good. You
Yeah,
know?
you'll be good. How are you with like I don't think I've changed my bed sheets since like 88. I don't think I've changed the girls' bed sheets since like 88. I put my face all in pillows on the couch and stuff like that. I am very conscious of like when I am on the couch, I'll always try to put a barrier between my face and any type of pillow just
Oh,
because like
interesting.
I know I sit on the couch and I put my ass cheeks all over the pillow and like I know if I fart and it goes through my sweatpants onto the pillow and then I put my face on the pillow, it's a wrap for pink eye. Like I'm not good at changing out any of my shit. So like, but knock on wood, I haven't gotten any pink eye recently. But I haven't also farted on any pillows recently.
Yeah, Crystal does all the, changing
Farting
the
on the
sheets or
pillows.
whatever. I don't even So I don't even know when it gets changed out, but she's pretty good with like, she's doing laundry all the time and shit.
Yeah. All right. So we got to talk about. I'm wearing my Knicks shirt.
Knicks? Yeah, let's talk about it, bro. By the way, dog, I shit you not, Corin, the trend remains. I watched every second of the first two games. Every second I watched it. And I watched all the horror unfold where we lost the first two games at home. But here's what happened. So after the first two games,
Mhm.
I go, and I texted this to you and Bobby in the group chat. I was like, you know what, dog? I gotta be honest with you guys. I think it's over. Like I think it's over. I think it's a wrap. I think it's done. I remember saying that to you guys, and I
Yep.
feel that in my soul, right? But still, so the game comes on the other night, and I'm like, all right, I will watch. Let me watch some of this shit. So I turn it on. The Pacers go up 20, dog. 20 with me watching every second
This
of
is
that
yesterday's
bitch.
game.
This is
Yeah,
yesterday's
yeah,
game. So we're recording Monday. This was Sunday's
yeah.
game.
Hmm.
Okay. So when I look, the score is 55-35.
Yeah, they were
And
speed.
I look at Crystal and I'm like, pull up that show we're watching. Like, let's watch the show on your laptop. I'm not paying attention. I'm done. And she kept trying to say, no, there's hope, this and that. I was like, Crystal, we were up 2-0 on the Celtics, and we won both of our games on their home court. And all of us felt 95% like this series is sort of over. Like, yeah, we're going through the motions, but like it's a wrap. We're done.
Yep.
So I was like, it's one thing if you're down 2-0, but you lost the game on their home court. But if you go down 2-0 and you lose it on your home court, like, let's stop playing. Like, it's over, bro.
Yep.
It's over. So she was trying to be like, there's hope, there's hope, there's hope. I was like, there's no fucking hope, and I'm done watching this shit.
Yeah.
I'm done. It's over. I'm about to watch this show with you. So we sit there, we lock in on the show.
Mhm.
I kid you not.
They
The
start
next
chipping
time
away.
next time I look up at the screen, 106-100, Knicks win.
That was the next.
So that's the next time I looked up.
Wow.
So it was 55-35, Pacers leading
Yeah.
when I stopped watching.
Mhm.
Start watching the show, 100% feel like the series is over. I'm not going to watch any
I thought
more
the
of
same
it.
thing. They looked like shit.
Like horrible. Worst I've seen them all year. And the
Yeah.
Pacers look like gods on the
They're
court.
like throwing alley oops. Like Halliburton's like pumping his jersey out. Like the crowd's
And the
going
way they play, dog, all the fast breaks
Yeah.
are just like you can't stop them. You can't keep up with them.
Defense
And
was on point.
Thibodeau plays all of our guys like 1,000 minutes a night.
Yep.
And you got these guys who are playing way too many minutes, and you're up against a run and gun team, which like is just going full speed the whole time. Like, no chance.
Yeah, no.
No chance, bro. And so I look up at the end, 106-100. Knicks came back and won. And again, I'm like, I swear to God, Corin, I am the jinx. Like, as long as I don't fucking watch the games, we actually do have a chance. But I'm not allowed to watch the games. I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel bad for you because it's like that was one game, and I talked to a lot of people, and they're like, I mean, even when I watch it, I'm like, I could just turn it on the fourth quarter, and that's when all the action's gonna happen. Like even like 20-point deficit, 20-point,
Right.
like up 20 points. The fourth quarter is when everything's gonna happen. And even like Knicks fans I know are like, other Knicks fans are like, yeah, it doesn't matter. The fourth quarter is when all the action will happen. But like last night was it was a good game. I didn't think we were gonna win, and then I was like at halftime, cut it to like 12 or something, and we'll be okay. I think they cut it to like 10 or 12 at halftime.
I think it was like 13.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe 13. And then third quarter, Indiana came out hot again, made it 20-point lead, and I was like, all right, it's a wrap. But then they started chipping away, and I was like, all right, maybe this fourth quarter might get interesting. But there was
Cat.
just like
It was all Cat.
It
Cat
was-
dropped 20 in the fourth quarter. And also, shout out to it was Shamit and Deuce McBride. Because when Jalen sat, and by the way, that's a deeper conversation that we got to have too. I said this in the group chat, which is the biggest runs we had were in the first game when Jalen was on the bench,
Yep.
and in the third game when Jalen was on the bench.
Yeah.
So there's something about him being on the bench that the Knicks get the ball moving better and get better shots, and they start knocking them down. Deuce McBride made some big-ass shots that saved us.
Yeah.
Shamit played well, saved us. They chipped away, and then Cat did all the work in the fourth quarter. And yes, Jalen, don't get me wrong, Jalen was 10 for 10 on his free throws, which was super clutch.
Yeah.
He had a clutch floater down the stretch.
Yep.
So I'm not saying you got to bench him the whole fucking game.
Yeah.
But I am saying you do need to like play him significantly fewer minutes because clearly there's something about playing against the Pacers where he is a weakness on the floor.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they put so much pressure on him to bring the ball up every single time that I don't know if it wears him down or if by the time he gets over half court, he's got to now work even harder to get a shot. So he's like, all right, I got the ball this far. I'm going to continue and take a shot and dribble. And I think he's just pressing too much where, to your point, it's not flowing the offense at all. Like he's just
Right.
dribbling, and everyone's standing around. I give Gary, my stepfather, credit because he was like, Brunson's great, but he's shooting 40 times a game and he's dribbling the ball too much. Like,
Yep.
it's a lot for him. So to your point, it's like, yes, you've got us this far. Yes, you make clutch shots. You're obviously going to play at the end of the game, but at some point you're hurting us, like maybe earlier in the fourth quarter, put some of those other guys in that can move the ball around, make a three, get to the rack, get other guys involved, and then come back in the game and do your thing. But yeah, they've always given him a tough time.
Right. I think it's unique to the Pacers. I want to be clear too.
Yeah.
The advice I'm giving, I think is unique to the Pacers.
Yeah.
I think if we get past this, then I really think that you go right back to playing him the same amount that you normally play him.
100%.
But right now, for whatever reason with this team, bro, it does not vibe with this team. And you could always see it too. If you pay attention and watch these games, you could always see when the vibe shifts. And it is so clear. Like it drives me crazy when the Pacers are on offense and the Knicks are on defense and the Pacers are on a big run. Because what happens with the Knicks defense, they become so stagnant and so reactive. And like the Pacers are always the ones who are moving first. The Knicks are like playing catch up. They're not being proactive in their defense. They're like lagging behind a couple seconds.
Yep.
And you could just see that everything's going to unfold and they're going to make the basket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like it drives me crazy when I watch that because I'm like, it almost look like they're also really fucking tired too, I should say, because Thibodeau really does play them long ass minutes.
Well, that was the thing last night is like he actually played some of his bench and TNT called it out.
Right.
They were like, was Tibbs making an adjustment this far in his career, or was he forced to play all those guys because of all the foul trouble? Regardless of what the decision was, he did it, and they played for extended minutes. He had DeLon Wright in there. He had Shamit playing. He had Deuce playing. Like guys that they're all over Twitter. People were like, "These are rotations we haven't seen all season, and now you're gonna put them in on Game 3 of the
They're
Eastern
desperate,
Conference
bro.
Final."
They're desperate.
Yeah.
The Pacers were waxing them ass cheeks, dog.
And but there's also something to the point of like the other team doesn't have scouting reports on those guys. So like you put them in, you shake shit up, and it's like I don't know what this guy's gonna do. And Shamit hits a three, DeLon hits a layup, and you don't plan for that stuff. So it's
And
like
McBride, everybody's got to give McBride his flowers because McBride all season is pretty fucking solid.
yeah.
You know,
He's got some
he's
hops
pretty
too.
fucking
Like
solid,
he gets
bro.
up randomly
He
on
got
some
some
shit.
crazy blocks, like a chase down LeBron block, and he's a way better shooter than he's given credit for.
Yep.
Like I feel like the Knicks fans know that too. Every time he shoots in the garden, it's
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
You know, Like, credit to him. The other thing is, and I'm curious what you think of this, but, give Precious Achua some burn because
Man,
Precious played for us. Precious played for us a lot in the regular season, and he wasn't bad. He's not bad. He's great defensively, and he's there to clean up, to get some boards and get layups and shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you got to give Mitchie a rest, you got to give Cat a rest. Like, because what? Who are the bigs right now?
It's just
we got Cat,
Mitch,
we got Mitch.
Cat, yeah.
And that's it, right? And every now and then, I think he might play OG at the 5 or the 4.
Yeah, OG will
right?
play big, yeah.
Which is like, I don't know, man. I feel like, and what do you think of the lineup? I know he had Mitch in and Cat in at the same time at one point. Did you like the double big lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like Mitch has been on a different level. Like, Mitch is playing such good basketball right now that even with, like, being a liability with his free throws, what he's doing
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. What he's doing, like, on the offensive rebound, just putting pressure on guys, like, on, like, those
His
second
defense.
chance baskets. Even, like, Stan Van Gundy the whole night was just, like, the Knicks are making a run off of these second chance, like, tip outs, and getting offensive rebound and kicking it out to a guy open for 3. And that was, like, big for us to chip into the lead. So, like, he's the main person that's leading all of those, extra possessions.
When you look at the advanced statistics, against the Celtics, when Mitch was on the floor, he was like plus 27 or some crazy shit. Because he can guard the 1 through the 5.
Yep.
Which is so fucking rare.
Yeah.
He's really quick on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
He's really tall. He's a nightmare. For any of, like, the best guards in the league, he's a nightmare having you guard him. He's so fucking long, and he moves so quick that you're right. All the offensive liability, like, can't shoot, doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't matter.
Because you put him out there, he just fucks them up, bro. He fucks them up. So, yeah, I kind of agree with you. I didn't look at the numbers specifically when it was both Cat and Mitch on the floor. But I love it when Mitch is on the floor. Also, I love it when they feed Cat in the post. Like, just let him do his thing, bro. So many stretches throughout these playoffs, we had to rely on Cat to, like, just let him cook for a little bit. And that shit worked. Like, it worked. It's hard to guard Cat. It's hard for people to guard Cat. And so let him do his thing. I'd rather have Cat get a lot of looks than have Brunson playing iso ball the whole time. Normally, Brunson playing iso ball is not a problem because he cooks most people, but for whatever reason against the Celtics, against the Pacers.
Yeah, you can't do it.
It's just not, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. I don't know if it's because like Halliburton guards him?
I think they have bigger guards that, like, they
have bigger guards,
so much,
exactly.
Yeah, that it's tough for him to, 1, get by them, and then 2, shoot over them.
That's right.
And they put so much, they full court press him the whole game. TJ McConnell's on his ass.
So good.
Naismith
is really good. So good.
Yeah, like, their
Naismith
defense
is crazy.
And imagine, like, you've gotten pressed before. Imagine, like, getting pressed the whole game.
By 40 minutes.
By the time you get it over half court, you're like, I'm done. I'm shot. Like, I did my job. Like, now I got to do more. So, like,
crazy.
So, like, to get into your offense after just working so hard to get the ball across half court is got to be impossible to deal with. Now, I will say, the refs were on some bullshit again because there were some calls
all series they've been on some bullshit.
And it's just shit that I'm like, I don't get why you wouldn't be in New York's favor. Like, they called a travel on Cat after the ball went in the basket, and it was literally like 4 seconds after he made the shot. Like, he made the layup. The Indiana Pacers turned to the ref and was like, that was a travel. The guy waited 2 seconds, Scott Foster, and then he called the travel. He took away the basket and an Indiana ball. They showed the replay, 2 steps. Like, it looked like a travel on TV, but it wasn't. And I was like, you can't see the ball go through the basket, wait a second, and then call a travel. Like, that's not how it works. And there was so many, like, Cat got fouled on a 3-pointer that could have been an and one. And there was just so many. And at the end of the game, even Stan Van Gundy was like, they called some foul on Josh Hart, and he was like, no. You can't not call anything the whole game and then call that and, like, think that everything's all, kosher.
Bro, it was, I know the Knicks genuinely collapsed in game 1.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. But having said that, even granting that the Knicks collapsed in game 1, we actually won that game if it was officiated correctly. Because there was a play, I forget who went for the layup. But there was a goaltend. The Pacers, it was the world's most obvious goaltend I've ever seen in my life. They even showed it on slow motion replay, verifying that shit was a goaltend.
Once it hits the backboard, you can't touch the ball.
So what happened was, or if the ball's on the way down when you hit goaltend. So, I think it was both of those things happened. Like, again, it was like wasn't even close, obvious goaltend. In fact, I was when I saw it in live, I was like,
That's
oh, they're going
goaltend.
to call that a goaltend. Like, not even thinking like maybe they'll call it, maybe they won't. I was literally waiting for them to call it because I was like, they're definitely going to call that.
They just let it go.
They didn't call it. And then what happened in the rest of that play was the Pacers had a goaltend. They got the rebound. The refs didn't make the call. They dished it deep to, I think, Nemhart. Nemhart hits a 3. That play right there, that's the game.
Yeah.
That's the game.
Yeah.
That's the whole game because we ended up losing by what? 1-2, some shit like
Yeah,
that.
something. Yeah.
In that scenario, think about it. The Knicks should have 2 more. The Pacers should be -3.
Yeah.
That's a 5-point swing if they just called the game properly.
Yeah.
That's only one call. If I go through the rest of the calls, I'm sure there were 7 or 8 calls that were like ridiculous.
Tons.
Right? So it should be 2-1. And like that's bare minimum. It should be 2-1.
Yeah.
But no, they're cheating us.
This next one on Tuesday is obviously, I mean, the biggest, game of the season for us. I mean, if we lose that game last night, we're down 3-0 and it's a wrap. No team has ever come back. But to be 2-1, I'm not scared of like winning in Indiana. I think like Indiana doesn't scare me for whatever reason. That like
well, the Knicks are better on the road in the playoffs than they are at home, which is I literally don't understand.
Exactly. And there was one play where in game 1, Jalen, there was about like 22 seconds left on the shot clock, and he like could have dribbled it out, but he made a pass to OG, and OG lost it with like 39 seconds left, and then they came down and hit a 3. The same thing happened last night, and they showed a side-by-side where he had time on the shot clock. Someone inbounded him the ball. He drove to the basket and could have dropped it off for a pass, for a layup to go up by like 4 or something like that, but he dribbled it out, wasted more time, got fouled, and then we ended up winning. So like it was good that he learned from his mistake in game 1, because if he had dribbled the ball out in game 1, more time would have came off the clock. They would have had to foul, and the rest wouldn't have happened. But regardless, they're up 2-1. I mean, I think I think the pressure's still on the Knicks, obviously, but if Indiana loses this next game, it could get weird.
What do you think the mood is like in the locker room before game 3? Because
I heard it
in
was
my
weird.
mind,
I heard there was a lot of just like the chemistry was off in the locker room.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking from my perspective,
Mhm.
I'm like, we're down 2-0. We were supposed to win the first 2 games.
Yeah.
We're down 2-0. In my mind, if you lose one at home, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you lose both at home, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's embarrassing. And so we were the 3 seed. They were like the 6 seed or some shit. And so it's like, it's already embarrassing. So in my mind, I almost feel like if you go into that game thinking we already humiliated ourselves, we already embarrassed ourselves, it's basically over. Like, let's just play some ball. Then it's pressure free. Then it's, you could actually like play. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so I almost feel like in a weird way, going down 2-0 and almost accepting that we're done here may have helped them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then even to that same point, even going down 20 points in the first half, there's this feeling of like,
Just packing
it's fucking over anyway. So like, let's just play some ball. Let's just like have fun with it. And when you have fun with it, you develop a flow, you develop a rhythm, and all of a sudden shit might start falling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my perspective. But what I'm curious about, because the Knicks all year have been such a fucking resilient team.
Yeah.
Like, they really are. Shout out to them. Never say die.
No.
They could be down a lot, but they're still fucking fighting over every possession.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's a factor of Brunson, or if it's a factor of Thibodeau, or whatever. The whole vibe of the whole team. I don't know what it is.
Mhm.
The fact that they were together since they were in college, whatever. That they never fucking give up. And that's why I'm curious what it was like when they went down 2-0. Then you're at the Pacers arena
Down.
and you have to go play the game. Are you feeling like, let's go get this shit, we're still in it? Or are you feeling like, I give up, but that also kind of helps you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as a pro athlete, you got to have like that next game mentality. But like the way that they lost was almost just like
Soul crushing.
soul crushing. That I'm surprised, like even down 20, this game 3, that like they still fought back. Because to your point, even playing loose, all it takes is like one missed 3. Like OG misses one of those 3s, or Cat misses one of those 3s, and it's like, it's a wrap. You need everything, I feel like, to go perfectly right to, just in a time sense, to come back and have enough points to win. So like, my hat's off to them because that's like super hard to do. I know I know when I'm playing and my team's down, I'm like, yo, it's a wrap. We lost this shit. Like, there's no way we're coming back to win this game. Like,
Yeah,
but I don't have that like killer mentality as like a professional athlete. That is like some next level shit to be down 20 and really still think like, nah, we could win this game. Like that's some Kobe, like you
right.
fight till the end. And
Mm-hmm.
that's like when the best stuff happens in boxing matches when someone's down
That's
and
right.
literally like they get that last minute KO or something like that. That takes some true like inner something that like I feel
Yeah,
like you were just
fortitude.
born with that is tough. I don't know.
To me, I feel like the giveaway as to whether or not the Knicks are playing well and whether or not I have hope and whether or not they're actually going to win, to me, the giveaway is defensive effort.
Yeah.
If I see them going OD all out on defense, that's when I feel like we're going to win this game. It's kind of inevitable. It's
Mhm.
just a matter of how it happens.
Yeah.
I feel nothing but panic when the defense is lazy and the Pacers are getting easy buckets.
Mhm.
And it's like, if you're not even going to try on defense, then like it doesn't matter. If you keep hitting shots on their end, it doesn't fucking matter because they're going to keep scoring on your end. So you just got to make everything to keep up.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's when I feel like it's inevitable that we're going to fucking lose this shit.
Yeah.
But like, that's what I need to see. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I almost don't care about the offense. I feel like the offense, the way our
Will
team
come.
is built, yeah, exactly. The way our team is built, I feel like the offense is going to come.
Mhm.
Jalen could get hot. Cat could get hot. Or you could have a game where Josh Hart drops 20 or OG Anunoby drops 20. Deuce McBride has 12 off the bench,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
Some shit will happen on the offensive end. Somebody's going to be on. It's going to work. Maybe you move the ball a lot. You get some easy buckets, whatever. Something will happen. The real thing is, can you fucking lock these fuckers down on the defensive end? Because the way they were getting easy-ass buckets in the first two games, I was losing my fucking mind.
Yeah.
It looked like the Pacers were playing against a middle school team.
And
at
it
a
was
certain point.
someone. It was someone different each night. That's why I thought I
I
texted
know.
it like
Neesmith is a bitch. Fuck him. He's so good.
him, and then Siakam went off. Like, but
OD.
like
OD.
when you put pressure on them, like Pascal took a shot at the end of the game, a three that he bricked so badly that like if you just lock him up, they'll miss. Like he's a G League player. Like he was someone that like was not projected to be good. So like he's still working on his jump shot. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you saw this possession, but Miles Turner shot a three when they were down by two at the end of the game, and as soon as he shot it, I was like, "That's cash. He's gonna make that. They're gonna go up by one, and we just lost this game." But luckily, it like rimmed out, and that's when Josh Hart like jumped up mad high, got the rebound, and kind of got fouled, and the game was over. But when Miles Turner shot that three, and I saw other people on Twitter too were
It was
like,
over.
"My heart
It's a wrap.
stopped when he shot
Yeah.
this." Like because
Mhm.
just our luck is like that would be cash. Game would have been over. And just our history, just our luck, previous
true.
years,
Yeah.
those teams hit that shot. But, I don't know. I think there might be something different in like the water this year, man.
Think. Fuck. I had a really good point. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Think about in the first two games.
Mhm.
It looked. I don't know what the actual numbers were, but it looked like the Pacers were shooting like 60%.
Yeah, and
Like
the
50 or
Celtics too. Like they
60%.
never missed a shot when
Yeah,
they won.
yeah, exactly. And so think about it from this perspective, right? If they're shooting 50 or 60% in like the first two games, the way that shit works, nobody could keep shooting 50 or 60%. Like
Yeah,
that's not a thing. And so you almost have to have a couple days in there where it's like now they're shooting 20%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so from a certain perspective, to your point, it's like, well, in the first game when they had that massive comeback, everything they looked at went in down this, like literally everything.
Yeah.
It was like 7 threes in a row, nothing fucking missed.
Yeah.
So if the law of averages works out, then yeah, Miles Turner, fuck you. You're supposed to miss that fucking shot. Like, fuck you. Now, on the flip side, and I'm curious what you think of this, dog, I don't think we've played well in any of the games so far.
I don't think so either.
Against the Pacers.
No.
I've seen us play well. This is not even close to us playing well.
And we look like the offense looks so out of rhythm, out of like no one's moving the ball. No one's like, they don't look like they're a team. They don't look like they're having fun. Every time
standing around the perimeter, standing around the perimeter looking.
What the hell is his name?
On the Knicks?
Yeah, the other guy from Villanova.
There's Josh Hart. There's There's Jalen Brunson. There's Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges was like, he was going off for a little bit, but everything he was doing was like iso ball, and then people just watching him. Like nothing was smooth.
Nothing
And then like
flowing.
he'd make a
That's right.
basket. And it's almost like it's not even they're not even like slapping hands, they're not smiling, they're not like talking to each other. It's almost like they're
Right.
so disconnected, and
Yep.
it's like they're not even like boys anymore. It's almost just like, all right, yeah, my boy just scored. Like it doesn't feel like team camaraderie. You watch the Pacers and it's like he'll throw a one-handed alley-oop to Obi and he'll dunk it, and then it's just like, yeah, they look so like they're gelling so well. When we score a
I
basket, it's
agree.
like we've worked so hard for that basket that like
Exactly.
we won't be able to do that again because
Yeah.
someone's not going
Yeah.
to pass it, someone's not going to do it. So
But
hopefully
in the
that
regular
changes.
season, think about in the regular season though, there would be nights where it was like you just see some dope ass offense
Just
from the Knicks.
flowing,
The ball
just
would be moving,
flowing. It just
flowing.
looks like we're not flowing, but hopefully after last night, like I think it starts with Cat, and I don't think he had a lot of confidence because of Jalen kind of just taking over the offense. But you saw when Jalen was out, Cat was way more dominant, way more like, give me the
Bro,
ball, I'll go to the rack. And then,
this happened either against the Celtics or the Pistons. I forget which series it was. But people were criticizing Cat because he didn't have a good scoring
yeah,
game or
yeah,
whatever. But he was interviewed after the game, and he basically said, like, I'm just doing my job.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that was his way of saying, like, the
Yeah, they're
coach or
not giving
whatever
me the
said, you got to
ball.
take a back seat, let
Yep,
Jalen do his shit.
yep,
And then what happened was, after that, the next game, they started feeding the big man, and Cat started scoring like crazy, and he had a huge-ass night.
yeah.
And so to your point, yeah, I feel like for this series especially,
Let somebody else
he's
do
the
it.
one.
Yeah,
It's not this is Cat. This is Cat. You need Cat, and I want to have a couple of the role players pop off. Jalen is going to give you 20 no matter what,
yep,
no matter how often he's dribbling the ball.
yep,
So reduce his role a little bit, feed the big man, and let some of the role players get involved, and we're good.
yeah. What's your take on? I don't know if you and Crystal have seen this. I don't know if they've covered it or not, but it's kind of like been a national mainstream story now. Like, have you followed any of like the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese stuff?
Not closely. Not
Um,
closely. I know that Caitlin Clark is responsible. I just read this the other day. She's responsible for like 23% of all WNBA sales or something like
oh, it's
that.
got to be more than that. It's got to be way more. Is that what you read? Only 23%?
Yeah, right. 23% for one person is fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, I feel like her shit should be like 67%. Like she is a beast when it comes to just one playing basketball. So like there's a whole like race, conversation happening with her and Angel that people are trying to take it to, but it really comes down to like Caitlin Clark is phenomenal at basketball and she's like carrying the WNBA, but a lot of people feel that like the WNBA are just like bringing her down because they want to bring attention to other players, but it's also like, highlight the one girl that people are watching basketball or women's basketball because of. Like, so I know I was watching some of the Fever game because of Caitlin Clark, and she's a beast. I mean, like, but same thing as the NBA. Like, refs weren't giving her calls. Like, I mean, her teammates were missing a lot of shots that she was giving her like beautiful passes to. And then now she's out for 2 weeks. So like everybody in the comments was saying like ratings are going to go back down because she's not playing. But there's a whole beef between her and Angel Reese because Angel Reese has said like people watch the WNBA because of her. And I just didn't know if it made it to like
Wait, so
more
is she
mainstream.
upset about that? Is Angel Reese upset about that? Is she saying like
She
people watch
is.
because of
She
her and
took
fuck her?
she took a different stance this year because someone was like, "How do you feel about it now?" And she kind of was like, "I said what I said." But her team is like 0-3, 0-4.
Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's?
Angel Reese's team.
Okay.
Caitlin's team, I think, is 2-2. But they beat Chicago. So like she's obviously better. She's on a better team, but people are saying that Angel's just as popular as Caitlin, but she's clearly not.
So this happened in golf with Tiger Woods' rise.
Yeah.
Like nobody really gave a fuck about golf. Like nobody really gave a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was literally only just like the richest white men in the country
Yeah.
who cared about golf in 1995.
Yep.
Let's say. So Tiger comes out, his breakout year is 96. He gets on the tour. 97, forget it. He goes wild and wins the Masters by 12 shots. And from then on, it's history. Just like wins fucking everything in sight 1,000 times. And he led to a massive ratings jump for the PGA Tour. It actually got really fucking popular,
Oh yeah, hell
but
yeah,
it
I'm sure.
also led to massive increases in the purse sizes for the fields.
Oh
So like, and Phil Mickelson is the first one to say this, and he was like the second best player to Tiger for most of their stretch,
yeah,
and he was basically like, I literally can't thank him enough because I went from if I won a tournament maybe making $150,000, $200,000 to now you win a tournament it's over $1,000,000
yeah.
for winning it. And so his perspective on it was like, look, it is what it is in terms of the market for the sport, and he just massively grew the market for the sport and massively made us more marketable to bring in advertiser dollars, et cetera, et cetera. And so he's like, I mean, it is what it is, right? The heart wants what it wants. The public wanted what they wanted, and they wanted to have somebody like Tiger come up and be super dominant, and he led to the sport growing and all that.
But he
And
embraced
so,
him.
no, but at the time, it wasn't. They all didn't say that. A
Oh, I
lot of
remember like
the
Fuzzy Zeller said some racist shit or something.
Fuzzy Zeller said after Tiger won the Masters in 1997, the Masters winner gets to pick next year's dinner with
Yeah.
all the previous champions. They have this green jacket Masters dinner
Yep,
with all the
yep.
previous champions, and he goes, make sure he doesn't serve watermelon and fried chicken at the Masters
Jesus.
dinner next year. Yeah, and so that was indicative of like not only some OD racist shit, but I'm sure there was an old guard on the PGA Tour that's sort of like, fuck this guy. Like, who the fuck does he think he is? There's that famous clip of Curtis Strange being like, Tiger's like, I only come here to win. I want to win every tournament. And Curtis Strange, who's another pro golfer, laughs and says, you'll learn. And, like, obviously the only person who learned was Curtis Strange because Tiger fucking won everything ever.
Do it.
Like, in his peak, he was winning like 8-9 tournaments a year, which is unheard of. Just crazy.
Yeah.
But it reminds me a lot of this Caitlin Clark situation in the sense that, like, you have one person, for whatever reason, is super marketable, really good, people like them.
They're flying on like private planes and shit now, and like, you know,
right.
like,
Whereas it wasn't that long ago, right? That like
just last year they were flying commercial.
Yeah. Right. So in the long run, I think what will happen is everybody will realize, like, look, it's making our life better, so that's what's up. Like, let's accept it. But at the same time, I could kind of see the perspective of people who feel like, look, I've been here, like, if you're a pro golfer in 1995, right? Let's say you've won 3 tournaments in your career.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, I've been playing good-ass golf out here. I won 3 tournaments. Like, yeah. I've been doing my shit. What? No, I don't
Nobody
count.
cares
what
about
I
me.
did doesn't count.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why doesn't it count, right?
Yeah.
And to the point of those other WNBA players, I think they feel something similar where it's like, we've been busting our ass out here for a long-ass time, and we got players who will drop 25 a night or whatever the fuck. But
yeah, like a Diana Taurasi said something messed up, and she's been in the league like 20 years. She just retired, but won like 5 or 6 gold medals, won championships.
Right, and she's like, what the fuck?
What about me?
Yeah. So I get it, and I can sympathize with that. But at the same time, I think in the long run, I think everybody will come around and just be like, yeah, she made us more money. She made our situation better, so like, God bless. Who cares?
Yeah,
you know.
That's what I don't get. Is like the hate that she gets, and the people like players are pushing her down and like trying to get in her face and shit. And I'm like, yo, chill. Like, if anything, like she should be propped up and like let this girl win a championship. Like refs should be OD cheating for her to win a championship because like I'm watching the WNBA because of it, and like some of those games are hard to watch. Like there's breakaway layups. They're just like smoking all those layups, and I'm like, this is tough basketball. But when she plays, I'm like, this is good. Like I don't care because she's balling out.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, I know she's good, but like, why is it that she's this huge draw? In the same way, like with Tiger, I kind of get it because before he got to the PGA Tour, he won the U.S. Amateur 3 times and the U.S. Junior Amateur, and he won every single collegiate shit. And like, so it was like everybody was sort of expecting, like, if you keep this up, you got to come out and win right away. And then he did.
Yep.
So I can kind of see it from that perspective. Caitlin Clark, what's her situation like? What stuff did she win?
I mean, she didn't win in college. I think she made it to a national championship, and she actually lost to Angel Reese's team. They had a better team. And then they made it to the Final Four the next year. But she's like Steph Curry. She like revolutionized women's basketball.
Revolutionized all 3-point shots.
She's
making all that
shit from deep, bro. Like, and it's exciting, like, because it's like you don't really see that too much in the WNBA. Like where it's like dribble, pull from like almost half court, cash. Like she does shit like that. Where it's like it's exciting to watch.
And it's funny because in the NBA, I would say the opposite problem is that like they really do shoot so many threes now
Yeah,
that it
it's
feels
weird that
like
in the NBA they're doing exactly like what Caitlyn does, and like nobody wants to watch it, but they
everybody's
do
like,
it.
"Fuck you," because when Steph Curry does it and Klay Thompson does it, you go, "Oh, that makes sense. They're the best shooters in the world.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna have an offense that's built around this." And I think what people feel like is, okay, yeah, there could be a 3-point specialist team, but also hit me with a team that has like double bigs in the paint that are bodying everybody like Shaq used to
old
do
school
back in the
ball.
day.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Hit me with a team that does nothing but fast breaks all the time. And to be fair, like their NBA teams do have different play styles and different identities,
yeah,
but to the casual observer, I think they feel like all they're doing is jacking up threes.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's funny because yeah, the thing that is now making the WNBA more popular is the thing that is making the NBA less popular.
yeah. That's a good. Yeah, I never figured that out. But it's funny how kids. I've seen like a lot of kids in AAU programs like replicating exactly what like NBA guys will do, and it's like even down to like the celebrations, doing weird 3-point shot shits, and that's across the board, like everywhere. I'm sure there's a lot of political like YouTube guys that watch you that try to replicate the same way that you go about your
Yeah,
business. You know?
and Democratic politicians that try to sound like Obama
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Republican politicians that are going to try to sound like Trump. Like, yeah,
Did you
that's
see
just a circle of life.
I don't know, he's kind of being coy, but the old was it Rahm Emanuel was like kind of saying he was
Yes,
gonna run for president and like he
fuck
OD fucked
him.
up Chicago.
He's the worst, bro. Like he's the worst. He was in Obama's administration,
Yeah.
and he's the guy that when Obama was like, "Hey, should we do universal health care?" Rahm Emanuel was like, "No, don't do that." And Obama was like, "Well, the progressives really want it," and Rahm Emanuel was like, "The progressives are fucking retarded."
Yeah.
Like he's that guy. And Laquan McDonald, I believe he covered
Yeah, he
up,
tried to
didn't like
cover it
cover
up
up
and then released the
the
video.
murder of that shit. He spoke at some group where the group's whole point was to trying to kill the $15 minimum wage.
He
Like
cut a
he's a
lot of
fucking
like
asshole.
educational he
Yeah.
shut down a lot of schools in Chicago or something like that.
Yeah, like he's a Democrat, but he's basically a Republican.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he just like his actual policies are like a Republican. So like no interest, bro. And also like in this moment, who do you think you are? Like nobody likes you. You've been gone for a hot minute. You're not like really interesting. You're not like on some shit where like you got some people doing town hall, like Bernie, AOC, Tim
Yeah.
Walz are doing town halls all over the place. They're doing media hits. They're shitting on Trump. Everybody's excited about that. Like, who are you, bro? Like, fuck off. Nobody even likes you.
And who's Hakeem Jeffries? Because I saw that kid.
He's the worst.
He's
the
bad
worst.
because was it who's the guy?
Democratic leader
Yeah,
in
but
the House.
there is it David Hogg or something was with Charlemagne
Yep.
and basically was saying like even if he gets whatever, he's not going to change anything. Like he's still going to be bad. Like I fuck with Charlemagne. He's kind of like knows. There was a segment on 60. It was at 60 minutes. No. The Daily Show had. Did you see this? They went to Hassan Piker and were talking to him and basically were saying like there's no left Joe Rogan and that like Hassan is almost like that guy because he likes anime, which to me we can get into a whole other conversation about that shit. Is like I don't know people listening like that shit, but I don't know what it is. I always thought it was like some soft porn shit, but like I think it's like Japanese cartoons or something.
It's not really like I feel like we're a little too old for that. Like it's the people who came up right behind us who are more into anime.
But what even is
feel
it like Dragon Ball Z?
It's like drawing shit. Like you've seen anime before. It's like
I feel like I have,
animated
but I also like don't know
characters.
exactly what it is.
Yeah, because you're older like I am. And so when we're growing up, it's like Pokemon, it's like
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering.
Like, keep
like
it to
that's
some
the shit.
regular shit. Like I feel
But
like
that's their shit. Like that's their shit. Like they had that. We had Pokemon. We had Magic the Gathering. Like we had other shit.
how old is
like,
that guy Hassan?
Hassan is 33.
Yeah, no,
so he's
fuck out of here. You weren't into that shit. Like you don't like anime. Like I don't even know.
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say about Charlemagne though? You were getting to a
that
point
like
about
he
Charlemagne.
could almost be like that left Joe Rogan type of dude if he like really were to
He
buckle
kinda
up
is
and
a
be
little
that
bit.
role.
So Charlemagne's interesting. He like okay. So he's adjacent to like the Rogan world because he does a podcast with Andrew Schultz, who's a Rogan comedian, and like
Oh, he
he's
does.
sorta
He's on Schultz's podcast.
Well, so they have their own podcast. Schultz and Charlemagne do a podcast called Brilliant Idiots together.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's one of the things that he does.
Okay.
Then he also does the Breakfast Club,
Yep.
which was his biggest shit.
Yep.
He also every now and then fills in on the Daily Show and does host the Daily Show.
Oh, I never seen. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's sort of in a bunch of different places, and like he kind of has that vibe, almost of like a left-leaning Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But I would also say that Charlemagne. Well, to be fair, this would make him more like Joe Rogan. That he's left-leaning, but his politics aren't like fully fleshed
Well,
out in a
yeah.
way. Like every now and then he'll say something that it's like, the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah,
Most of the time he says some shit where it's like, yeah, that's true. Like, I agree. But then sometimes he'll hit you with some shit out of left field. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
yeah.
But yeah, that left Joe Rogan thing, there's like 1,000 people who kind of fit that role. Hassan kind of fits it. Charlemagne kind of fits it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really need a left Joe. Like, we don't need it. Joe Rogan is washed as fuck now. Like,
Yeah.
he's getting worse and worse every fucking day.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't even know. I haven't seen any of his recent guests. I feel like Theo Von has kind of surpassed him as like a newer dude that people rock with
Definitely.
more.
Definitely. Theo Von is getting more and more popular by the day, which he also kind of pisses me off a little bit
Yeah.
because he'll always do some shit that like and Crystal pointed this out too. She's like, I don't even think he's really being like sincere right now. Like it's kind of he's like he'll do a podcast with Donald Trump, do a podcast with JD Vance, and then like go on his show and be like, I really hate seeing those kids being murdered in Gaza.
Yeah,
like,
so
this is
that
really
was a weird
terrible.
like statement. Like,
And it's like,
he didn't say anything.
You were just partying with Donald Trump, you dumb bitch. Like,
say something.
who do you
to
think
him.
is responsible for that shit?
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck
yeah.
are you talking? He sort of it's almost like a fake sincerity, but people still think it's really sincere.
Yeah,
and it's like, nah, bro. Like, I think the fame is sort of getting to his head, and he's like sort of acting weird with it. So
yeah.
sort of fuck him. I get why some people like him, but at the same time, I don't know. It's just anybody who's still in that like Rogan world is sort of fuck you.
Yeah, it's to your point. It's a weird spot when like someone plays that like I'm dumb on the politics shit that's going on, but I'm gonna try and say something like educated on what's happening. But then to your point, it's like, no, you were just with the president. So instead of saying it there, maybe say that shit to the president and see if something can get done.
Bro, you're not an outsider. You
Yeah.
were just eating dinner with Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump and
Exactly.
posting pictures of that shit. Like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Why are you saying this to your audience? Like you said, go say it to them.
Yeah. So yeah, that was weird. But yeah, I saw Hassan on the Daily Show. I was like, oh shit, I met that guy once. And like he kind of was just like playing that cool role of like, yeah, I work out, I go to the gym, and I kind of just do my streaming shit, and I like anime. And
He just
I
got
was like,
banned, by the way. I
He's
don't know if
what?
you saw that. He just got banned for a day from Twitch.
oh really?
So he streams on Twitch. That's his like main place.
Yeah.
He has YouTube stuff, but he's mostly on Twitch. He live streams there. And he got banned because he read the manifesto from a terror attack, and they banned him and said like
Really?
you're not allowed to do that basically. But it was only for a day, and he's back. But he also got harassed at the airport. I don't know if you saw this.
No.
When he flew in from overseas, and he came into Chicago O'Hare actually, and the ICE agents at the airport, like the immigration people, pulled him aside and then started questioning him about his politics. Started talking about, what do you think about President Trump?
Really?
Yeah, started saying like, what are your thoughts on this issue and that issue? And Hassan was like, he handled it okay, and they eventually let him go, but like they were grilling him about his politics, which
Damn.
is kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I saw Nikki Glazer said something that maybe she was
Yeah.
talking about him, but she said there was a comedian that got, I think coming in from Canada maybe or some shit,
Yeah.
but got questioned
Questioned about.
and it was just like, would tell me, like they said they eventually let her go, but like, I don't know if it was like, have you said anything bad about Trump or done anything?
Yup.
And she was like, she answered honestly, and they still let her go, but like just the fact that she got asked that question is scary
Crazy.
and crazy.
And then she went on to say, so now let me say, I think the president's really fucking sexy.
I
She was like, he's so attractive.
it's wild. I just saw something on a basketball player, and I forgot what country it was in, but like I don't know if he was going on a road trip and he was bringing edibles or something like that, and he could face potentially like the death penalty or like a death sentence.
In what country?
I don't remember where the hell it was, but it was a news story of like he played basketball at like some Texas school.
Philippines? Was it the Philippines he went to?
I don't think it was the Philippines.
Or maybe Singapore?
Could have been some shit like that. Yeah, but like I don't know.
I know they have tough drug laws, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what the case is, if he's being held now or something, and it might become a bigger story, but like I kept seeing it a little bit more. And his potential penalty was like execution or some shit like that. I was
What
like,
the
God damn,
fuck?
like that's kind of OD for a fucking basketball player just like taking an edible or something like that.
Well, that's like, remember when who was it, Brittany Griner, who was like
Yeah,
a captive in Russia for like years?
yeah,
Yeah, that was fucking crazy,
that
man.
was crazy.
Holy shit. That's so crazy. You take like one of the WNBA's top stars and you're just like, yeah, we're gonna imprison her here. Like, what the fuck?
That shit was nuts. And then they traded her for, I mean, like they traded her for like Crazy Eyes or some shit. Like, wasn't it like a crazy war criminal or something that we gave up to
Oh
get her
yeah,
back?
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
some,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. They were like, shit, we gotta get her back. Like, what are we gonna do?
I,
Release
I
Crazy Eyes
mean,
guy?
uh, yeah, I mean that shit. I remember one time I was going through TSA and I told you this, but the guy recognized me from Kyle Corin and told me that he was a big Secular Talk fan. So like, all it takes is one TSA agent to just be on some shit where it's just like, I know this guy Hassan Piker. I don't like his views. Let me fuck with him a little bit, you know? And
Yeah,
now
and it's
you can
not. It
have
wasn't
Donald Trump defending
TSA.
you.
So for Hassan, it wasn't TSA that was
Oh,
harassing him because he was coming in from an international flight.
oh,
And when you come in from an international flight, you got to go through immigration.
oh.
They were the motherfuckers that were fucking with him. I feel like the TSA people are generally pretty fucking cool, and there are like a bunch of TSA people who are fans of like our show.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's
Some of
it's
them.
the immigration people that are basically like the fucking Gestapo who like lock up innocent people and ship people to that concentration camp in El Salvador. Like
Those
they're the real fucking
Yeah,
assholes.
those are the ones that scare the shit out of me. And like those are the people that like when I go into Canada, when I used to go to like we went to Montreal for my bachelor party,
Yep. Mhm.
went there for Jed's bachelor party. I know my car is clean, but when I cross those borders, I'm like, I don't have a kilo of cocaine under my car right
Canada
now.
doesn't fuck around.
Like
Yeah,
they just
Canada
look so
doesn't fuck
scary.
around,
Like
bro.
don't look
It is
scary.
scary. It is scary. So Canada, to your point, Canada, if you go from the U.S. into Canada, they ask you like they grill you a little bit. Like they're like, "What do you do for a living?
Yeah,
Why you coming here?" Like they try to hit you, and like they'll randomly search some percentage of the cars that come through. They'll feel like if they feel like something's off, they'll just search your whole shit,
yeah,
and they're allowed to because you're going into a different country. It's not the same as like your rights in this country.
yeah,
But it used to be coming back into the country was fine. You just have your passport. You're an American. They let you in.
yeah.
Now it's a different story. Now you hear these horror stories of somebody made a wrong turn and ended up going over the bridge to go to Canada. Then ICE agents fucking arrest them and detain them and try to deport them. That's what you hear now, like just the worst shit you can ever imagine.
I did that. We were driving back from Illinois, and I think I've told this before, but for some reason our navigation took us through like Detroit and then up through Canada to come back down to like Rochester. And for whatever reason, I don't know what we had our passports. Like I don't know why, but we were able to get back into the States. But if we didn't, and I mean this was back, I don't know if Obama was president or
Pandemic time. Oh no, that's longer. Okay.
yeah, it was way long ago. But if it happened now, like just crazy shit. You
It's a
don't know
whole
what the
thing,
fuck
bro.
is, you know?
Yeah, that's a whole thing. You don't want to have to fucking go. This country's fucking falling apart. This country's a mess.
Is
Like,
is Trump doing anything right now, or is he back from like Saudi Arabia? Someone also was telling me too that like all this money that he tries to say he saves us, and I hadn't even thought about this, but the whole plane shit. And I was talking to, I think my friend was I don't know if he was a Marine or in the Army or some shit. He was like, people don't realize that like not only was he gifted that plane, but the amount of money they're gonna put like pay to like to take apart that whole plane for spy shit, for listening devices. Like they're gonna take apart every piece of that plane, which is gonna cost millions and millions and millions of dollars, maybe billions, and then have to put it all back together because it's a plane from another country that could have some listening devices, could have some fucking bomb shit in there. So you're not just getting gifted the plane. They're going to get that plane, take it apart, and then put it back together, which is going to cost mad money. So, like, I'm so tired of, like, the, like, he's saving so much money shit. And I saw a clip of, like,
saving
Rogan
shit.
talking with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers was like,
oh my
people
god,
don't realize all the money he's saving, all the money Elon Musk is saving us too. And it's like,
fucking true.
can we just
Bullshit.
stop with this whole lie of like just because they say they're saving all this money that like they actually are?
Bro, look at what they actually cut. They cut pediatric cancer research. They cut Meals on Wheels, which is like food for old people who
Yeah.
are starving, right? They cut all like the scientific research that we do to create medicine and shit. All the money that goes to universities. They cut like the nuclear safety. They fired like the top nuclear safety official in the country and had to beg for him to come back. They cut the anti-scam police, the CFPB, like all the shit that they're They're trying to cut Medicaid right now. They cut half the Social Security offices. Everything they're cutting are the things that we need our government to do.
Yeah.
Like, they're cutting the parts that absolutely cannot ever be cut.
But they're not really
And this
saving
idea
us
of, like,
money, right? It's not
no,
like,
they're not saving us money
Yeah.
because that implies that, like, oh, they're saving us money. That sort of implies that they'll cut a bunch of shit and then they'll take that money and, like, give you a check or something.
yeah, none of that's
They're
happening.
not even fucking close. That's not even close to what they're doing. Elon Musk is a fraud.
Yeah.
He's a fucking liar.
Yeah.
And he also destroyed any government agency that was regulating him and his companies. He destroyed it. He took a sledgehammer to those companies. It's all a fraud. The way that Joe Rogan sucks off Elon Musk is one of the most humiliating and embarrassing things I've ever seen in my life. This man sniffs that dude's farts and he's like, oh, it smells amazing. It smells like cologne. It's the most delicious cologne of all time. Like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Rogan is in over his head. He's hitched his wagon to a fucking narcissistic robber baron psychopath who's ruining this fucking country.
Yeah.
There's no fucking saving money. Aaron Rodgers is a fucking idiot. Joe Rogan is a fucking idiot. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
And they say nothing. Like, they say nothing when Trump runs his crypto scam on everybody in the country. They say nothing when they're cutting Medicaid to the tune of $800 billion and taking away healthcare from poor people. Like, they don't know. Like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. You don't know.
Yeah, that shit got me. Like, that was the one clip I saw, and like I'm just so over the like saving money shit. Because to your point, unless you're like sending us some of that money that you're saving or putting money in people's pockets that need that shit, like, then stop telling me you're saving money. Because at the end of the day, no one's seeing anything from that shit. People continue to lose their jobs. No one's getting money from it. There's no talks of like some stimulus checks or whatever. Like, I don't know who did it in the past, but like when we actually got money during COVID, like that was what's up. Like, they actually sent a fucking check. Like,
so that actually
did
happened
something.
under Trump and Biden. Trump sent like 600 and Biden sent
Yeah,
like
so the
1,200
motherfucker
or
knows
something
how to
like
do
that.
it. So if you're saving all that money now, like, do it again,
But-
dog.
To your point, though, you're making a good point because what they're doing, they say like, oh, they're saving you money. But what they're doing is literally the opposite. They are stealing money from you.
Yeah.
Because if they're cutting Medicaid and kicking people off of their health care, that's them stealing money from you, basically.
All you hear about
You know
is
what I'm
this
saying?
shit, like, even with the taxes. Molly's aunt, like, does taxes, and she was like, this is the first year where I've actually seen states, like fuck with people. Like, oh, you're getting back a good chunk of money. Like, let us dig into this a little bit more. Like, yeah, I don't think you really should be getting all that money. Or
Yeah.
people aren't getting that much money back. Education. All I hear in education is like, we don't have any money to do any of this shit. The government has cut back our...
That's what they cut, bro. They cut all the things that people fucking need.
Yeah.
And to your point, like, what they're doing is trying to raise taxes on regular people.
Yeah.
Like, the bottom 90% of people will see your taxes raised.
Yeah.
And it only gets cut for the top 10%. And most of that is for the top 1% that they cut it. So, like, it is literally the exact opposite of what you should do.
Yeah.
Like, it will destroy this country. Working people are going to get fucking hammered by
They
this.
already
And
are.
we haven't even said anything about the prices that are going up.
Yeah.
The prices are fucking going up all over the place.
Well, I mean,
We can't handle this, bro.
this is a small, like, this is like something that just happened today, but it's Memorial Day. I was at Jed's house and he bought like this bouncy castle shit. And I was like, yo, that's dope. Like, what'd you pay for that? Because usually, like, when you rent those big ass things, it's like $500-600. And at that point, you might as well just buy one of your own. So, like,
Right.
She was like, Tiffany, his wife, actually gave me a heads up. She was like, buy this shit now. It was like $700. He was like, but literally, if you go and buy it right now because of the tariffs, it's like $1,300 or something like that. So, like, a legit thing he bought, I don't know how long ago he bought it, but he was like, she told me, like, because of the tariffs, literally, like, in a week difference, this thing went from $700 to $1,300. And this is something that, like, he bought overseas, some big ass, like, inflatable castle shit.
Somebody works at Target and they took a picture.
Yeah.
A USB-C cord was $9.99.
Yeah.
And then because of the tariffs, it went up to $17.99.
Crazy.
Now, take that shit and multiply it by every fucking thing we get in this country from China. And then also keep in mind, there are other countries like Vietnam that we get a lot of shit from there too. Even they get hit with a 10% tariff, so even those goods are going to go up in price. So at the same time, they're raising your taxes. They are making you pay more money for the shit that you buy.
Yeah.
Like, we can't handle, like, people don't have the fucking wiggle room in this country to deal with a financial hit like this. But Trump doesn't care.
No.
He doesn't, he says about your daughter, like, oh, maybe she should have $2 or $3 instead of 30.
Yeah.
But this motherfucker, like you said, is taking a $400 million plane from the government of Qatar, which is nothing but a fucking obvious bribe. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, scary.
This motherfucker needs to be impeached and removed immediately, bro. Immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we don't get to a point, I really don't, where he's not sending out checks anymore. Like, I think there's going to be some uproar at some point. If people keep hearing, like, yo, like, I think it's going to, like, if it's clicking with me, I feel like I'm the tip of, like, all right, maybe something's going on, that it gets to a point where even dumber people than me are like, yo, you keep saying you're saving all this money, but, like, can we get some of that shit? And there's going to be a tipping point where they're like, yo, send us some of this money, because I'm tired of hearing that you're saving all this money, but not, like, of course Aaron Rodgers is going to say, yeah, you're saving all this money, because dude's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah,
Still, like,
exactly.
a USB cord going from $9 to $17 doesn't fucking make a difference for him.
Nope, not
But, like,
him.
someone who actually has to go buy that shit and is like, yo, last week the shit was just $8, now it's 17, and has to pay that and then goes broke and doesn't have any money, is going to be like, nah, fuck that. I want some of this money that you keep saying you're saving. So, like I always say, all these rallies and all these shit that's going on, there's going to be some, like, send us a check rally soon, because if it doesn't start with someone else, I'm going to start that shit, because I want a check.
Bro, he hasn't. The thing is, like, Trump and Elon have both totally lost touch with regular people.
Yeah,
Like, they're in a little bubble. They're drunk on Fox News. They're drunk on right-wing podcasts. Everybody in the circle agrees with them and jerks them off and tells them they're amazing. Like, they don't see what it's like for regular people. And so it will be a rude awakening, because I can't imagine us going 4 years without, like, to your point, some shit just breaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, the market is going to absolutely collapse. The housing market's going to go. Unemployment is going to spike. There's going to be something is going to absolutely break. A fucking giant war with Iran, or some bigger war with Russia. Like, some shit is going to break. And to your point, I don't think this country can handle that. And I could see protests. I could see riots in the street. But I could also see then Trump is going to say, send in the military and crack down on it, put martial law in place. Like, I don't see how we survive 4 years of this, because it's so unhinged.
Yeah.
It even makes his first term look relatively normal in comparison. Like, the first term was horrible, but this makes that look like fucking the Boy Scouts, bro. Like, this is crazy what's happening now.
Does Don Jr. have a podcast or anything like that?
I'm sure he's got like 7 of them. He had like a Rumble podcast. You know, Rumble was like the right-wing version of YouTube, and they threw a bunch of money at these idiots in order to be on their platform. And so, yeah, he was doing a podcast. I don't know if he still is.
Oh.
I know that I think the other son, Eric, I think he's been working on these business deals. He was just in Vietnam. The Trump family opened up a $1.5 billion luxury hotel shit. Like, bro, this is not, like, presidents are not supposed to do this. This is so fucking corrupt.
Yeah, my dad told me would they open up a hotel in Vietnam?
Yeah, it was like a hotel and like 3 18-hole golf courses, a luxury hotel. They said the price tag was $1.5 billion. Eric was just over there, like, opening it and celebrating. If Joe Biden did that, if Barack Obama did that, they'd be impeached the next day. They'd be like, you can't. This violates the emoluments clause of the Constitution. You're being corrupt. You're taking money from a foreign government. You're doing a deal with a foreign government. Obviously, you're going to make decisions that are better for them and worse for the American people. Like, that's who you care about. These are your people. The billionaires are your people, and these foreign countries, these foreign governments are your, like, Qatar, Oman, Saudi Arabia. Like, this is who you're fucking representing.
What's up with the French guy? He got, like, smacked by his wife coming off the plane or something. I feel like that guy's been getting caught up in so much shit lately that, like,
Macron.
Yeah,
but the other thing was fake. Remember they said they had cocaine or something on a train? That was fake. You zoom in and it was a napkin, but they made it seem like it was a fucking bag of cocaine.
Oh, really? Because there was, like, controversy that was like, this doesn't look like a napkin. Like,
No, it was a napkin.
Oh, okay.
If you zoom in and enhance the picture, 100% it's a napkin. You know who was spreading the idea that it was cocaine?
Who?
Alex Jones.
Really?
Came up with it. And it spread like fucking wildfire that it was cocaine. It wasn't cocaine.
Oh.
Which, by the way, even if it was, I would still be defending them, but it wasn't cocaine.
Because he grabbed that shit like it was some cocaine. Like, he grabbed it.
Yeah,
like,
but
if it was a tissue, I would just be like, oh, like, you know, like.
No, but it was definitely a napkin. You zoom in, it was really clear.
His homie had like a spoon, and I don't know what you do with any of that shit, but like they were like putting the pieces together. Okay.
100% it was a napkin. I
Uh,
zoomed in, enhanced that bitch. It was a napkin.
but then he got
But to your
smacked by his
point,
wife. Like, so, like,
yes, I saw that video floating around. I didn't even watch
that
it,
could
but I
be
saw that
fake
it was
too, though,
floating around.
for all we know.
But the big thing about Macron, the right has this conspiracy theory where they say that his wife is actually a man, sort of like what they do with Michelle Obama, how they say Michelle Obama's a
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They
yeah.
got all these conspiracies about that. They're obsessed with that conspiracy about her. They're like, she's a man. I know that she's like a lot older than him,
Oh,
a
really?
lot older than him. And so there was a scandal about that. But I think the bigger thing they say, like Candace Owens was spreading the idea that she's a man. They just like this is what they do, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if did you see that Candace Owens interviewed Harvey Weinstein the other day?
Wait, Harvey Weinstein's still, like, alive?
That's first of all, yes, I thought he died too.
Yeah, like,
I thought
he
I
was
was the only one who
OD
thought he
dead.
died. I thought he was OD dead, bro. So, but he wasn't. He's not. He's still alive.
I don't get how like some of these people get special privileges to do these fucking interviews from prison.
Oh, he was like in prison. Like he was sitting, like you could see the fucking plexiglass. He was talking on
really?
like a little payphone. Like he was really in prison.
But
like
is he in one of these prisons that they say like they're
Yeah, it
playing
looks
golf?
like he's in some real shit.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, because first of all, at first when he went to jail, he was sent to Rikers Island.
Oh, damn.
Which is like, yo,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
some shit.
Yeah, but then it looked like he was in a prison. Like plexiglass, talking on a payphone, probably had to pay like $1 a minute or some
Damn.
shit to even do the interview. But Candace Owens,
Where'd
like,
she
I
get that
hate this
interview?
fucking. There's this right wing thing that they do where it's like, at some point they just become like contrarians for the sake of being contrarians. Like if everybody says one thing, they're just like, nah, actually the opposite of that.
Yep.
And like, so now she's on this crusade saying like, actually Harvey Weinstein is totally innocent. And it's like, there were like 100 women who accused him, and he's literally in prison for doing some of that shit.
Yeah.
Like they went through a trial and they said he's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And you're gonna fucking do a podcast where you're like, actually,
They just want to take the other side to your point.
I know. It's like, yo, at some point, because what's at the core of it is like, I want more money, I want more views,
100%.
I want to be edgy, like I want to get people to be like, oh no, you didn't say that. And like, it's enough already, bro. Like, shut the fuck up. It's not all about you. And next, they're gonna do it with Bill Cosby. They're gonna do it with R. Kelly.
I couldn't remember if Bill Cosby was dead or not either. I feel like he's still alive.
I think he's still alive.
I feel like he might not even be in jail.
I'm gonna look that up.
I feel because I feel like one day I was just driving and I was just like, and I heard, I think it was Rach, no, what's Handler? Chelsea Handler. Chelsea Handler said that she was breaking into the comedy scene or doing comedy, and she got invited up to Bill Cosby's room, and I think she said that she like rejected him, but then later someone else went up there and something happened, or like she knew what was gonna happen, but she came out and said something, and it made me look up like what's up with Bill Cosby, and I'm pretty sure he like wasn't in jail. He's just like on some chill shit now.
You ready for this? I just looked it up.
Yeah.
You're right.
He's not in jail, right?
So here's what it says. Bill Cosby is not in prison. He was released from prison on June 30th, 2021, after the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned his 2018 sexual assault conviction. The court ruled that his due process rights were violated due to a non-prosecution agreement with a previous prosecutor. Cosby had served nearly 3 years of a 3 to 10 year sentence at SCI Phoenix in Pennsylvania. So yeah, he served 3 years, and he's one of those people which was like, bro, the laundry list of the women who accused him.
Oh,
they have, dude. Do you remember this clip? They had him on Larry King in like the 1990s. And he was casually talking about like, yeah, you put the Spanish fly in the girls' drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about drugging girls and raping them. And he's out. Like he's just chilling. That's crazy.
Yeah, when I saw that he was out, I was like, that's one that I think they probably got wrong. Like,
you think?
Like R. Kelly, I mean, like his, like he had.
Oh, he's done. He's in there for a long time.
He's in there for a minute, right? I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'll tell you how long. Hold on.
I'm surprised that like Diddy hasn't gotten like an ABC interview yet or something like that. Maybe because he hasn't had a conviction.
Well, yeah, I think his lawyers want him to shut the fuck up for now. Because, and it's true, like any lawyer will tell you that if you're going through one of these trials, like just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just
stop. Don't say anything. We'll handle everything. Just don't say shit.
Yeah.
Because anything you say, they'll find a way to be able to use it against you if you're contradicting yourself or you're admitting you're guilty or whatever. Like there's always a way. So they just say, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But here, so R. Kelly is serving a 31-year sentence.
How many years has he served that shit? Because I feel like he's been in there at least like 7.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that long.
No?
Consisting of a 30-year sentence for racketeering and sex trafficking convictions in New York, and an additional 1 year from a 20-year sentence for child pornography and enticement convictions in Chicago.
Damn.
With 19 years of the Chicago sentence running concurrently with the New York sentence, he is currently incarcerated in a medium security prison in North Carolina with a projected release date of December 2045. Wow.
I mean, like, that's not that
So he
far
has
away.
So he has approximately 20 years and 7 months remaining on his sentence,
Does it say
assuming no
he can?
reductions for good behavior or successful appeals.
You said no reduction?
It says he has 20 years and 7 months remaining on his sentence, assuming no reductions for
Oh,
good behavior or successful appeals. He's 58 years old, so he'd be around 78 years old upon release.
damn. So
His
78, we
legal
might
team
get a
is
new Chocolate Factory album.
his legal team is appealing both convictions, but no changes to his sentence have been confirmed. Wow.
The Harvey Weinstein one is crazy to me because I remember the last time I saw a video of him like in the courtroom or going to the courtroom, he
Yeah, he
looked
looked
like he
dead.
was on his deathbed. Like he
Yeah.
looked horrible, and I don't remember. Like I feel like that was years ago. So like
He's another one they have on tape, dog. They have him on tape.
oh yeah, he was like horrible. He was like super like fucking.
Some woman recorded him and he was so fucking rapey with her.
Oh
He was like, come here. I just want you to come inside.
oh yeah, I
She
can't
was like, I
imagine
don't want
like,
to.
all the shit that he must have did to women to like get a role in movies and like
They
that whole
testified he
Hollywood
had a
scene.
shriveled dick. Remember that?
What happened?
They testified he had a shriveled dick, like a fucked up, mangled
I mean,
penis.
that doesn't surprise me. That sounds like that if that came out, I would have been like, yeah, that checks out.
It does, because like a guy like him, the only way he's gonna get women is to be like super famous,
All those
super wealthy.
guys. You see, like Jack
And he
Nicklaus,
was, but he still raped him.
yeah, like Jack Nicklaus was on the red carpet, and I think it was Jennifer Lawrence, and was doing an interview, and he was like behind her, and he was like, "I would have dated someone like you back in the day," and she was like, "Oh, okay, thank you, sir." Like it's just like that whole Hollywood power scene is just so creepy to me. Like, oh,
Bro, I can't wait. Like, I really think with the Diddy trial, it's very possible that we learn some real shit about a lot of celebrities, Because if you're Diddy, you're thinking, I'm not going down without bringing you motherfuckers with me. Are you kidding me?
That's
Here's
why-
the Chris Brown tape. Here's the Usher tape. Here's the fucking LeBron James tape. Like, there's no way he's going to go silently as his name is tarnished, but he's got dirt on literally all of you motherfuckers?
mad people are shook right now. That's why he should just drop a like, yo, Trump, you remember when you came to my thing one time? I got that video.
OD.
And like
No, but Trump might pardon him. I
that's
really
what I'm
think Trump
saying.
might pardon him.
Like
Yeah.
drop that bombshell on him and see if you don't get pardoned right away. Because like you put out a tweet. It was basically just like there's video of Jeffrey Epstein literally saying Trump's my boy, and people still want to just be like, nah, what? We didn't hear that.
Exactly. It drives me crazy. They have him on tape being like, yeah, I was his best friend for a decade. And the Republicans just pretend like that didn't happen. It's like, we have the tape, bro. We learned that the first time Trump had sex with Melania, it was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that shit. Yeah, see, that's shit.
We
that,
also
like,
learned he cucks his friends. He
Oh.
would fuck his friends' wives and make his friends watch. We learned that too.
Trump or Epstein?
Trump
Oh,
would do that.
Yeah, I believe that shit.
But
But like, yeah, back
He's
to
a
like
nasty
Aaron Rodgers
motherfucker.
will be on like Rogan saying that shit about like Epstein Island and everything, but like they'll never bring up Trump's
God.
name for any of that stuff. Like it's like
Yeah, they're fucking idiots. They're fucking idiots. He's in the club. Rogan's in the club.
Yeah,
now.
they're- yeah, they're-
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like that's his. Like he literally texts with Elon Musk and JD Vance and maybe even Trump.
yeah.
Like at that point you're cooked, bro. You're done. You're washed. Go away. Like you got nothing to contribute.
I feel like Elon has he fallen off a little bit with some of the politics?
Yeah, yeah, he has. So what happened was he got really into the Wisconsin Supreme Court race, and he
Yep.
donated a lot of money to the Republican and tried to get them to win. And then that dude got blown out by double digits. And it was that instance exactly that made the other Republicans realize, like, this
He's got
guy
no
actually
juice.
is really, he's unpopular. Like, everybody hates him. And since everybody hates him, like, yeah, you could still do the shit you're doing, but you got to shut the fuck up about it, and you got to be behind the scenes. And so there was like a breakup that happened.
Good.
He's still doing his shit. Doge is still there. They're still
Oh, he still
existing
is.
and doing whatever. But he was absolutely rejected by Trump and by all the Republicans. And as a result of that, I don't know if you know this, but Elon Musk is bipolar. So
Oh, I
he's
believe it.
They used to call it manic depressive, where like you go through these phases of mania where like you don't sleep at all, you're super productive, you're like insanely talkative, and then you go through other phases where you crash and you like don't want to leave your bed and you're fucking miserable and you're depressed. And he was definitely in a manic phase when he was creating Doge and doing all these things. And now he's in a depressed phase, and it's really obvious because he's like posting like an emotional teenage girl now. He changed his Twitter picture to like some dark ass thing. Like
I can't
he's
even keep
clearly
up with like
depressed right now.
what his username is. Like whenever I see his shit.
I know it's like Kekius Maximus or
Yeah,
some shit.
I
Like,
don't know
bro,
what
what
the
are you, 58? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
he's like a 12-year-old girl. Like
I know.
it's weird.
He's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, he's a weird fucking guy, bro. And the other thing is, with Trump in the cabinet meetings, apparently all the other Trump people in the cabinet hated him. Like, Marco Rubio fought with him.
Sure.
Sean Duffy fought with him. Like, he apparently is impossible to work with. And, like, he would, like, cut the air traffic controllers, and then the Secretary of Transportation would be like,
Can't do
you
that.
fucking idiot. Now I got to answer to the media for your fucking dumbass cuts, you bitch. And then he would yell at them and be like, fuck you. And it's like, bro, you just, like, go away, go away, go away. So, yeah, he's cooked. He's cooked. He's gone.
Well, that's good at least. I feel like that's a win for society.
It is, but it needs to be, he needs to be more gone. Like,
Yeah.
he needs to be locked up. He's another one that needs to go to prison.
Oh, that will never
Because-
happen. I mean, with Trump as his boy, like that would never, ever.
I know.
Ever
we need,
happen.
we need a Democrat to win, and we need them to prosecute all of these motherfuckers because they committed so many crimes, dog. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Just so many. All those cuts that we were talking about, all of them are illegal. Like, they're
Yeah.
all illegal. Congress has to approve all shit like that, and they didn't, and he still cut it. Like, what are we talking about? Go to prison. Shut the fuck up.
Last thing, Memorial Day today. Did you do any barbecue or anything? Or
No, I worked, dog.
Oh.
I worked.
damn, I give you credit because my YouTube's
Yeah, I
been
worked on
slacking.
Memorial Day, and I'm still sick. But I
Yeah.
was like, fuck it. Let's roll. Let's do this shit.
Well, hopefully your eyes get better. Jed did a bomb barbecue today. I got to get back on my grill. I actually grilled the other day, and it was kind of Nathan's hot dogs. Bought
Nice.
some hamburgers from Wegmans. If anybody knows Wegmans, banging supermarket. They got like
Awesome. They're great. They're great.
good shit. Like the meat was good. They had this bacon cheddar burger. They have
Yes.
sugar cookies that are bomb.
Yes.
And did that. Did some chicken Molly had. Like I actually surprised myself on the grill. She put some barbecue sauce on that shit. So yeah, shout out to Memorial Day. It's my girls, they were in some parade this morning. I thought it was gonna be a little bit busier going down the street, but people bring their dogs to the parade, and then like the fire trucks will come and just OD blast their horns, and all the dogs just start wilding out. I'm like, you probably could have just left your dog home for this shit, knowing that like people are gonna be blasting their sirens at these parades. But it's crazy how like I'm sure there's every town in America has like a little parade down Main Street for Memorial Day.
Yeah.
You know?
So, when are your girls done with school?
I think late June, like June 27th or some shit.
See, now tell me what you remember from our childhood. But from our childhood, I sort of remember us getting out middle of June.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
And normally we would start, I want to say, like mid-September,
Yeah.
right? You start mid-September, you end like late or middle of June. That's what I remember from. And then I think in college it changed a little bit. Like you'd start in late August and get out maybe late May
Yeah.
in college. But here in Virginia, our kids are already done. They
Yeah.
finished school.
Illinois is done too. That's why I'm so
Yeah.
surprised that like shouldn't there be some universal school shit? Like there's no reason why your kids should be out in Virginia. Illinois is done for, like already.
Right.
And New York is still going for like a whole nother month.
I agree with you completely, but it really is the states and the local systems that set up the school stuff. So the federal government really doesn't have anything to do with it. But I agree that like they should lay out some federal standards as to say, let's do about this time to that time. Because to your point, literally like a month extra is wild.
It's
Like
crazy.
an extra 4 weeks? That's so different.
Even for like the teachers, I feel like, I mean, like, I guess, yeah, it all evens out because they go back later, but still, like, I feel like economically, maybe you're like, oh, I mean, I feel like people are going to Disney World regardless of like whatever the fucking season is, but like, if you want everybody to go on some same time type shit, I don't know what the reasoning would be behind like each state having like a month difference in.
I think it just shifted over time because of COVID and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like there was some shit that happened which made them shift it a little bit in certain states.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't. Did you ever have? I always remember, like in early September, I would start to get a feeling in my stomach, like, "Oh fuck, school's about to
Yeah,
start. I
you
don't have to
start
go back
seeing
to
the like
fucking
back to
school."
school shit. Like you start
And you
like,
start seeing like the sun starts setting earlier, and you're just like,
fuck
"No,
this.
stop doing this shit."
Yep.
I always, and even to this day, still every time like early to middle September, I'll start feeling a little thing in my stomach, like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know, no, don't let that happen."
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how that sticks with you your whole fucking
The
life,
whole
you
life.
know?
Yeah. It's yeah, fuck school.
Yeah, thank God we're done with that shit.
Uh
Fuck yeah.
all right. Got my
All
new
right,
fire
guys,
department hat on. Go Knicks tomorrow
we love you.
night.
Yes, we'll be, and by the time people watch this, we'll know what
Oh,
happened.
that's true.
So if the Knicks win, think of us as very happy. If they lose, think of us as really miserable.
Yeah, it's gonna get whacked. But if they win, New York City's gonna be on fire.
That's right.
All right. Deuces.